Portland.
Days 84
Oregon.
through 90 of traveling the United States. I've been in Portland, Oregon. The 1 week I've been here has been a very interesting time. Let me tell you about it. Now let's start with the Powell's Bookstore, a popular tourist destination in Portland. It spans an entire city block and is the largest independent used and new bookstore in the world. With endless amount of books, shelves, you can get lost in a maze of knowledge and paper. Beginning in 1971, Powell's City of Books has accumulated over 1 million books on its shelves on average. The City of Books is one of the most popular destinations for tourists visiting Portland, as well as the Portland locals. And it's one of those places in Portland where I highly recommend to visit. It is just impossible to not get lost in the maze of bookshelves, books, papers, and it's really a wonderland. And after making it past the maze of bookshelves, I rocked on with the street performer.
Hey, keep it going.
Next, I got confused by this sign in Pioneer Square, and the square's nickname is Portland's Living Room, and each of the bricks have names of different money donators of the square. Now, Portland has over 675,000 people living in its area, and it is a decreasing city. For the past few years, it's been decreasing. The city has been decreasing in numbers. Maybe it's because they legalized every single drug, to the extent of if you have a small possession of any drug, fentanyl, meth, cocaine, heroin, LSD, you don't get criminally charged for it. They will take it away and probably throw it away, destroy it, evidence, but you won't get arrested for it unless it's a large amount or you get caught selling it on the street. Dogs love me. All the dogs love me. Nico. So let me tell you guys what happened to me yesterday, and hopefully it can give you guys some insight on the problem in Portland. I was on my way back home, and when I mean home, I mean the Planet Fitness, of course, when I was taking the on-ramp behind one car that abruptly stopped, and I had to slam on my brakes, and what I saw in the road was a figure of a woman just laying down. It's like laying down and screaming. So I was like, great. So I then stopped my car in front of the guy, put it in park. I saw him get out and call 911, and so I then got out and went up to her and checking on her. I was like, are you okay? She's like, someone hit me with Narcan, someone hit me with Narcan. I was like, shit, she's all fucked up. So what ended up happening was another lady came out of her car, and the guy that called the police called them, hung up, and what ended up happening was we had to physically move her off the road and to the side so other cars can pass. This was about 10 minutes. She was laying on the ground screaming, not being able to move. So me and the first guy helped her out the road, and to the side there's like 10, 15 cars honking. They're driving up the curb to pass us. Like, just be patient, you know. And people were filming. It was crazy. So we ended up helping her. I ended up staying until the ambulance comes and checks her out, but like, she was on the ground like this, just like, she was on the ground doing that the entire time. I was like, dang, I hope she don't OD. I was like talking with her. I was like, what drugs did you do? Like, what's the pain you're feeling right now? I was trying to be a good person. So we ended up helping her, and the ambulance came, and she was like, my puppy dog's in my tent. She had came out of a tent that was on the side of the on-ramp in like a little forest area. She had came out of there and just laid down in the middle of the road. So she kept on saying, my puppy dog's in the tent, my puppy dog's in the tent. So I went in the tent and looked in there was no dog. So the EMTs later thanked us for what we did. So that was the good deed of the week. Saved someone's life, kinda. It was really the first guy that really did it all. He stopped, called the police. I was really the first person to actually go up to her and like help her, like, at least move. Hope Catherine's better in the hospital. She's probably just went there to get more drugs, but that's the reality of it. But yeah, that's just the reality of it, of life here in Portland. After 5 days of lucky good weather, I experienced the real Portland. I was just eating my bread and I'm not happy about this, but this is what Oregon is like. Following evaporation, I was in the Old Town at the Lansu Botanical Gardens at the historic district of the city. And there you see pretty art, history, but also in some places you see the hotbed of the homeless population with camps up to 30 tents deep. On the west side of the Steel Bridge is the main homeless camp over there. I don't want to film them because I don't want to exploit them for content or anything. And the problem I'm going through right now is that there's no places to piss. You can't piss anywhere because all the restrooms are locked because you have to be a customer, or the public restrooms are closed because they're closed to homeless people because they can't piss. They got that right taken away from them. So now my solution is the river. Also, a great place to check out is Blue Star Donuts, the best donuts in Portland and some of the best food in Portland. I highly recommend the red raspberry square looking donuts, as they are very tasty and some of the most popular food in Portland. Khao Man Gai is also a Thai dish that is very popular in the Portland area. Unfortunately, I was not able to afford
What's
this.
in the Khao Man Gai?
So the Khao Man Gai basically is the rice cooked in the broth with the chicken, and then also just like chicken, rice, and the soup, and then sauce, the Khao Man Gai sauce.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I had to do that, man.
Alright.
So I don't have any money. I'm a broke 18-year-old traveler. You got like free samples? Nah?
Sorry.
Okay. Thank you. But the dish looks very delicious. But I did not let the lack of Khao Man Gai ruin my evening, as my spirits were heightened when I met a man who I had met down in Arcata, a hitchhiking, train-hopping traveler who was headed to Portland. I had met up with him, and I had randomly bumped into him on a separate occasion. This is the second time I'm randomly bumping into this guy, and he let me pet his dog, Chevy, and also gave me a lesson about life. And the next adventure in the tour of Portland was in the Japanese gardens, where we saw lively koi fish swimming in crystal clear waters under waterfalls, and we admired the grand beauty of Washington Park, one of the largest parks in Portland and one of many of the beautiful parks in the city. And even better than Washington Park, the best park in Portland is Mills End Park, the smallest park in the entire world.
Wow.
After over a week of traveling in Portland, Oregon, the uniqueness, the beautifulness, the straight weird craziness of the city has grown on me. I really enjoyed my time in Portland, Oregon. I highly recommend going to check out the beautiful array of parks, Powell's Bookstore, the largest bookstore in the world, the Japanese gardens, the friendly folks of Portland. And you can tell by just a few days in the city of Portland, it's hip, it's liberal, it's millennial friendly. There's vegetarians, vegans, and there's so much to check out for each individual person. If you're on a road trip throughout the United States, I highly recommend Portland, Oregon, and I have no plans on leaving anytime soon. And if you guys enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, for more travel videos to come in the future. My name's Rolo. Peace out, and peace out from Portland, Oregon. I love you.